Yeah, it's contention. We definitely have CPU contention here. We don't have thrashing or anything. This is just straight out. I'm just burning down your machine. So, hi, I'm DJ Ware. On this episode of the CyberGizmo, I'm back at it again. This is my quest. I've been doing this since 2015, so yeah, I'm jaded. I have no idea if this will work or not, but let's find out together. So what do you mean? What do you mean we're going to test a board? What the heck kind of board are you talking about? This one just came out. I mean, well, it recently came out. Let's put it that way. Came out into March. And it's the first board that Odroid has released that has really checked all the boxes as a possibility, right? As a desktop replacement. So as you can see from the board, the first thing it supports right here in the middle is the NVMe. So it has a very fast hard drive that sits there. It also has a pretty decent amount of memory for a small board like this. So it has either 4 or 8 gig of memory. It has a 4-core processor that operates at about 1.99 gigahertz. Well, we'll just say 2 gigahertz for sake of argument. And it's a rock chip. It's one of the latest rock chip CPUs that have come out. It is not the flagship. This is the 3568. Basically, that's the device we're going to check. This is what I think, might be able to replace my desktop. So the first thing I want to know, how well does it handle video? I guess I didn't click it. Or maybe I did and I ignored it. Yeah, that is not, I wouldn't call that fast to load. Yeah, I've seen faster. But, you know, to be honest, that is an awful lot of stuff. Let's just get this one right here on the home page here. Let's bring that up. Looks like it's in it's in 7, it picks 720. Let's pick 1080. Buffer. And we'll see how many drop frames we get up here. It's still trying to figure out what to do with this. Now, you won't be able to hear audio because, oh, wow, look at this. You won't be able to hear audio. I don't have an audio link out to the stream. So, yeah, ooh, ow. That is just, yeah, it's not even, yeah. Okay, so we'll stop it here for a second. Let me crank it down. Let's see where it actually will work. Let's go down to 720p rather than just hammer it. Let's find out where it actually will pick up and run. Good thing I didn't try 4K, huh? It'd be a complete waste of time. Yeah, clearly this is a Mali issue. Yeah, it should do better than this. That definitely is not. It's almost like it's not even using the GPU at all. Yeah, it's hitting the CPU to do all of its transcoding. So yeah, that's the problem with this. Okay, so now we've got the answer. Mali, what am I talking about? The Mali is on ARM machines. You have a built-in GPU, and it is manufactured by Mali. Yeah, so that chip it's better than that. It won't. I wouldn't expect to see a problem with the ability to play video on this style of a machine until you got into 4K. Yeah, HD, it should do that, no problem at all. Let's just try a few things here. Now, I do have Chromium. Let's try that. I installed it. I haven't launched it. Where'd it go? It started, and then did it die? Here's a tip. If you have something that goes, you launch something and you don't see it happen, go back and launch it from the command line. It'll show you what the error message was. So yeah, I don't know what your GPU is. So yeah, obviously we have a problem with the GPU because Chromium can't even launch. All right, let's go use VLC and let's launch an application. Now this one is not all that intensive, but this is the one that I always have playing behind me usually. Let's go full screen on it. I think I have to do that to get it. There we go. So let's just see how well this one works. Now I don't have any tools that are displaying to show me what what the frame rate is on this, but I can tell you this one is not all that intensive. So it probably is not even hitting the CPU that much. But we can. I wish I had another screen. I could see what it's doing. But all right, let me see if I can move this carefully out of the way. Just look at what it's doing to the transcode. Yeah, so this may be optimized already for the GPU. That is what I would expect to see, right? That's what I would expect to see. All right, so let's turn that off. Let's try another one, which is the one I had running. So hopefully behind me, you can see that screen back there is updating with the HAL menu. That's transcoding really nicely. It's only going at 15 frames a second, and I think that video is 1280 by 720, so it's not really hitting it real hard. But it is. Look how long it's taken to res this page. Wow. So clearly Firefox is not optimized. I'm surprised this is even working. One of the TV sites should be. It's still loading. Looks like it's done. Don't see too many ads here, but it hasn't loaded them either. They are still loading in the background. Yeah, this is definitely not optimized. Yeah, this shouldn't take this long. I remember one time we were testing, it was one of the early Nano PCs from, I don't remember if it was Dell or HP, one of the two. That was one of those ones that you could connect to the VESA mount on the back of your monitor, and then you could have an all-in-one basically. And I remember we had a customer with us, and we were showing them. They were kind of in disbelief that that little machine could do what their desktop could do, and we were using virtual desktop interfaces or virtual infrastructure. So anyway, yeah, we were using VDI. So anyway, we loaded up. Man, we must have had 30 messaging windows open and 18, 20 browser sessions open. Each one of those had about five windows on it, and that machine was still going. It was still going, and they were like, "Could you put 30 more on?" It was like, "Well, we could try," and it did. It went and it worked. I was really amazed. I couldn't even believe it that it was doing that. All right, so we got this little thing going here. Let's see what else we can make it do. I don't know. That's probably good enough for that. Let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's leave this set. I'll leave it on the GitHub page, And let's go, let's bring up this one. I need to have that up, please. There you go. Bring up LibreOffice. Let's bring up VLC. And we'll have him playing that video. Let's go into Proxmox. And now this is, of course, this is a virtual machine, but there we go. Wow, yeah, that has gotten a little sluggish. We're contending for the CPU, definitely. All right, so it's going to try to open Remote Viewer. Let's see. I haven't tried this yet, so I don't even know if it'll work. Oh, looks like it did. All right, go to GitHub. That's fine. Do it. Now, of course, all it has to do on it's not. Yeah, it's contention. We definitely have CPU contention here. Yeah, we don't have thrashing or anything. This is just straight out. I'm just burning down your machine. So that's a pretty good load. That's not nothing. I'm kind of like, wow. Okay, I think we'll run the benchmarks. I think this is a possibility. The only thing that it needs, let's see how quick it recovers as I bring these down. So the only thing it needs is a little bit of tender, loving care with the Mali chip to get it so that it is actually being used, and yeah, and straighten out some of the problems. Because if I could use this under Chromium, that would be a really lightweight browser that would really help. Okay, so if you can look at my previous benchmarks for the x86 world, but I thought today it'd probably be better to just compare this board against itself. And I'm going to compare. It is not as fast, of course, as an x86. In fact, it runs about a fourth. Excuse me. It runs about a third of the speed of an x86, which is a lot better than it has been in the past. So things are definitely improving, at least in the SBC world. But remember, these boards are really based on, they're based on mobile processors that go into cell phones. And so, their design characteristics are not, they would be probably better paired with a laptop performance to see what that would do. But I'm not making excuses for it. I am going to compare Debian 11 against Ubuntu's 2004. Now, that 2004 is old, ancient, and outdated, but it's the one that comes with the Odroid M1 and is officially supported by hard kernels. So that's the reason why I'm using it. Now, over time, I will, as I have done before, I will add additional benchmarks to this. I will give you also access to my page on open benchmarking. So if you want to pair this up with any of the other operating systems of your choice, you can do that, and you can take a look at the results too. So let me get things going here, and let's just kind of scroll through this. Now, I have this set. This is Fox Scroller. I have it set to 75 pixels per second, and well, first thing I noticed right away with this is that it is a lot smoother in doing the smooth scroll versus what I see on an x86 box. You probably can go back and you can look at my videos. You can see how it stutters and how it jumps, and that is with an NVIDIA 1650 running behind it. So yeah, all right. So dbench I didn't have anything to pair with. Compile bench the Odroid failed that test, so there's no comparison yet with this at all. The first result that actually has a comparison is Postmark, and clearly Debian on the same machine is running better. So this is helping me decide which one I want to go with. Ubuntu, I saw the same kind of differential in the x86 world. RAM speed, yeah, in the x86 world, I saw this same kind of disparity. Same box, different OS. Why are they different? Why is this this is huge. Yeah, you can see all these tests are like, this is integer, and it's using different operations. So then it goes to floating point and does an add, a copy, a scale, and yeah, the idea behind this is to see how well RAM performs given a particular type of data load that's going into it. So yeah, that's what we're trying to look for here, is any kind of where does one fall down, and Ubuntu clearly is falling down in the RAM speed test. In the stream test, they're a little closer, but again, Debian is the overall winner, at least with the copy. The scale, Debian is slower than Ubuntu, and the triad test, Debian is slower. Also, it is slightly slower in the stream add. In the cache bench, those look to be even. I mean, that's in the noise. Yeah, that first one there for the read, that's in the noise. They're a little bit further apart in the write, but not appreciably so. They're pretty close. Also, the read modify write, that's almost a dead heat there. Yeah, that's in the noise. John the Ripper, this is trying to do blowfish and MDS calculations. They look to me to be even. Now, of course, the results are yeah. So the hardware is able to do the same job. Now, this one is interesting on OpenSSL. This particular last test, Debian falls down. And then PHP benchmark, it looks to me like another pretty even. And then the dbench is not an exact match. So, but the harmonic means of these tests, because the RAM was more heavily weighted because there was more of those completed, Debian is going to come out on top here. But you can look at the geometric mean, and there's really no difference between the different the two systems. So yeah, geometric mean of the memory test, Debian does better. We know that. We saw that. Server test, Debian does better. And it's like 4.6%, but that's all right. Geometric mean of single thread, yeah, they're the same. That's in the noise. But then, it picks Debian. This scores Debian higher. So I guess in wrapping up with this, we've looked at its ability to do work, and it can do a pretty significant amount of work. Maybe not as much as a PC can, certainly not. The bucket isn't quite as large, but that's all right. It doesn't have to. All right, so that's number one. Number two, there's some problems. We know that. There's some problems in the MacLeod chip. It is clearly not optimized. So that needs to get fixed. And I know they're working on it. I've seen the forum posts. I know they're working on it. In closing, yes, I think this might work as a desktop. The only thing I can do is just start using it. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, that's fine. Click the thumbs down. And if you like these type of videos, let me know in the comments, and I'll keep making them. Thanks for listening. See you next time, and bye for now.